everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing the end of year book tag. I was gonna try to do like a fallish book tag, but I had already done the ones that I wanted to do and I kind of didn't want to redo some of them yet. I kind of want to wait before I start redoing tags. I was going to do the autumn reading book tag, but I didn't really like the questions and I didn't really know what tag I wanted to do. I wanted to do a tag, but I wasn't sure which one. I saw this tag and I figured I would go ahead and do it because we are in October. The end of the year is fast approaching, so I figured this would be the perfect tag to do. So I will link the creator's video down below as well as all the questions, so let's just get into it. Question number 1, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes. There are like 3 that I've started and made a dent in that I haven't finished yet. And I'm not that type of reader. Like usually when I start a book, I completely read it. Like I finish it in one sitting. But I do have 3 books that I have started and haven't finished yet. So the first one is Tangled by Adriana Locke. I haven't finished that one. I'm probably like maybe 50 pages into that one. I think I just wasn't really liking the characters that much, so I kind of just stopped reading. And I do want to finish that one though, because I do want to read the 3rd book that comes out next year. So I do want to finish that one. The next one is The Bombshell Effect by Carla Sorensen. This, I don't even know why I stopped reading this. I think I was like over 50% through it. Like I think I was almost finished and I don't know why I stopped reading it. I was really liking it. I do need to finish that one. And then a physical book that I have that I started is Shadow Rider by Christine Feehan. This I did not realize was a paranormal romance. I thought it was just like a mafia romance, but it's both. I don't think I fully read the synopsis or anything like that. I don't think I fully read reviews and stuff. Yeah, so I got through 168 pages and I stopped. I don't know why. I just think I wasn't really into it and the paranormal aspect was kind of confusing to me. I'm still not even exactly sure what a shadow writer is. Oh. If you just frickin' read, Nick. Shadow writer is capable of manipulating light and dark. Well, who would have thought that? Anyways. Yeah, I haven't finished this yet. And I've been meaning, like every month I look at it and I'm like, I need to finish this. I need to finish it. So hopefully soon, because I did like the characters and I did like the romance aspect. I just didn't like the paranormal aspect to it, which is weird because I usually love paranormal romance. So I don't know, hopefully I'll finish this one soon. Question number 2, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? Or do you have a specific book? I really was trying to think of this, but there's no book that I've read or that I reread every fall. I was trying to think of one, but I don't think I have one. I do have to say that like any paranormal book definitely reminds me of fall time for some reason, especially with like werewolves or vampires or stuff like that. That always reminds me of the fall time for some reason. I think just because it's like spooky and spooky season. But there is a book that I would like to read this fall. It's in the other room. I should have grabbed it. That is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I would really like to read that because I feel like that could be a really perfect fall autumnal read. But there's no like book that usually I read that helps me transition into the next season. Question number 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Yes. I would say there's about like 3 that I'm dying to have. The first one is Beer Necessities by Penny Reid. This is the last book in the Winston Brothers series. I think this is book 7. I'm dying to read that. That comes out in November. I'm very, very excited for that one. The other one is Outmatched by Samantha Young and Kristen Callahan. I am really excited to read a book by the both of them and just see how their writing is together. And it does sound like a really cute romance. So I can't wait to read that one. And also Tacker by Sawyer Bennett. This is book 5 in the Arizona Vengeance series. Hopefully I'll get an arc of this and I'll read it soon, but it does come out in November as well. So I'm very excited for that one. I love Sawyer Bennett's hockey romances. Those are probably my most anticipated releases for the rest of the year. Unless some books get announced last minute, which could happen, but so far those are my most anticipated reads for the rest of the year. Question number 4, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I will make a whole video about like 5 or 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year, but I'll probably make that more towards November. But I will just mention 3 right now, obviously. The first one is Ghost of the Shadow Market. I would love to get to this before the end of the year because The Last Hours. Is that what the first book is called? I don't think so. I can't remember what the first book in the next trilogy is called, but that comes out I think in March. So I definitely need to read this before. I know it doesn't really tie in with that, but I still, or maybe it does. I don't think so. Regardless, I just need to read this as soon as possible. Yeah, I love Shadowhunter books, so I definitely need to read this one soon. It's probably gonna love it. The reason I have been putting it off is because it's huge. I know it's like novellas, so technically I could like read a novella a day or something, but it's just so intimidating. Why are Cassandra Clare's books so big? I don't get it. But yeah, I need to read this one as soon as possible. I would love to read a Candy Steiner book this year. That is one author that I need to read before the end of the year. I'm bouncing around with A Love Letter to Whiskey or On the Rocks. I feel like I might read both of those before the end of the year, but I'm definitely going to read one of them. I just feel like she's an author I would really, really love, so I definitely want to read her books. And then also, I want to read these 2 books by Mia Sheridan, Most of All You and More Than Words. These are the 2 physical books of hers that I own that I have yet to read and want to read. So I feel like I've mentioned this book in a million videos already and I haven't read it yet. Like, why do I keep putting it off? I think because it is a little bit more emotional and heavy. Probably this one too. Does Mia Sheridan ever write non-heavy romances? Like, are they all emotional? I think so. I think this one has to do with music. All I know about this one is that the guy is kind of a little bit damaged, but I really, really need to read both of these books by the end of this year, which I know I'll do. I just need to do it. Question 5, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Possibly a Candy Steiner book could shock me to become my favorite. Like, I know I'm gonna like her books. I just don't know like what level I'm gonna like her books, if that makes sense. I am also thinking of reading Perfectly Adequate by Jewel E. Ann. I feel like I'm really gonna love that book, but also I feel like I want to maybe read something else by her instead to be like my first book by Jewel E. Ann, because I haven't read anything by her. I've been recommended her books plenty of times, and Perfectly Adequate just came out, so I feel like that one could surprise me and become my favorite book, one of my favorite books of the year. But also I may end up reading something else by her that could become one of my favorite books of the year. Let me know what book I should check out first by this author, because I don't really know. Like, I've been recommended a few of her books, but it doesn't really give me a clear idea of like which one I should actually read first, because like she's new to me. I don't know. She has a lot of books. They all seem kind of like funny but have an emotional side to them, so I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comments. And the last question, have you already started making reading plans for 2020? Yes, I definitely have. My plans are definitely to read more of my physical books. Always, that's a plan I always put first because I feel like that's the most important one, but I never really do it well. I would also love to read more historical romance. I'm definitely not into it, and I hope that in 2020 that's a genre I can get into more. Same with paranormal romance. I love paranormal romance, but I just haven't read a lot of them. That's also a subgenre I'm really intimidated by. I feel like it's very similar to historical romance in the fact that there's so many authors who write in those genres, and they have so many like spin-off series and like so many things that it's very overwhelming, and I definitely need to like sit down and just like do my research better and figure out like what to read. I also have so many paranormal romances to actually catch up on and finish. Like, I have the Black Dagger Brotherhood series that I need to catch up on because I'm behind on that one, and Immortals After Dark by Kresley Cole. I love that series as well. I'm behind on that one, and I definitely want to try some Nalini Singh. And there's definitely a lot more, but I just have to actually figure it out and then actually read stuff. But those are two subgenres that I would love to read more from in 2020. And just overall books that I've been meaning to read that I keep putting off. That's always another one that I kind of want to do. And I have so many video plans for 2020 as well, which I'm really excited about. Like, I have all of January planned already. And a little bit of February. So I think that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what books you need to read before the end of the year, or what books that you're anticipating for the rest of the year. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!